What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel and check out the content. And I want to speak on a post that came across my feed, right? And it was this. Somebody posted this and they said, like, in their prime, Derrick Rose in his prime, and you got Gilbert Arenas in his prime. Like, which one of these guys would you take? Like, who do you want on your team? Um, Derrick Rose, D Rose, they called him, and Agent Zero. And so now the person who posted this said that they taking Gilbert Arenas, right? Agent Zero, they taking Gilbert Arenas all day, every day. Now they didn't say why they was gonna take Gilbert Arenas, but I got in their primes, no injuries, like before they got injured. I'm taking Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose, both of these guys was great athletes, but I think that like Derrick Rose was an exceptional athlete. Like fast, like that quick step and that burst, right? Derrick Rose, that burst of speed, boom, and go to the goal just hard, explode off the ground and dunk. Derrick Rose was that dude. The first time I heard of Derrick Rose was I knew he was a kid out of Chicago. He was big in Chicago, right? But he went to Memphis. He played in Memphis uh, with Calipari, and he did his thing, in college. So, what was that, Kentucky? I don't know. I think it was Memphis. But anyway, I remember watching him in college, and I was impressed with like his speed and his athleticism. And he could shoot. His jumper, like beyond like I think like beyond like 15 feet, it needed some work. And that's how like a lot of younger, like the young guys is, like that jumper it comes like a little bit later on. That jump, but excellent athlete. Then he gets come to the league, get drafted to the league. And he do his thing. So I was always a fan of Derrick Rose. I just like this game, his speed, his athleticism. I think when he was when he played in Chicago, the thing I liked about him is he was a team player. He played defense also, and he was a team player. He wasn't bad for the chemistry. I think um they had a decent amount of talent around him when he played in Chicago. And so that is what made their team, like they had a decent mixture of like veterans and young stars. Like, and Derrick Rose was he was a young guy on the team who could carry them. Right. So I like Derrick Rose, and I like him as a team ball player because he had that right uh temperament and attitude, for the team. So now let's talk about Gilbert Arenas, right? Now Gilbert Arenas played at Arizona. Arizona had some very good teams when Gilbert Arenas was there. But I don't think, in my opinion, like physically, I don't think Gilbert Arenas he wasn't as fast. Gilbert Arenas very fast, got a quick step too, but he wasn't as fast and explosive as Derrick Rose was. And part of that, I think, is why Derrick Rose got hurt is because his game was just like the way he jumped. They say it's like violent. Like he just like exploded and put a lot of pressure on his knees, his joints, his back, and everything. But Gilbert Arenas also had a quick first step. Gilbert Arenas could shoot, but I don't think Gilbert Arenas had a better jumper at just starting out. Like he could always shoot the three. But Gilbert Arenas, in my opinion, like his mid-range game, that's where he needed the work. So whereas though Derrick Rose had a mid-range game and could go all the way to the hoop, but he didn't have a jumper, beyond 15 feet. Gilbert Arenas had the jumper beyond 15 feet and could go to the rim. But Gilbert Arenas' mid-range game was kind of iffy. You know, he'd get to a spot sometime and pull up, but it wasn't like Derrick Rose mid-range game. So one guy had a mid-range game and one guy had a three-point shot, right? But as far as like what they could do at the pro level, like I said, I always liked Derrick Rose better because I thought he was better for team chemistry. Gilbert Arenas, I think Gilbert Arenas kind of struck me as like some of the things that Gilbert Arenas like kind of like immature and really wasn't ready to lead a team. So like when he was playing with the Wizards, I think they would have had more success if Gilbert was like with maybe like an older like veteran who could kind of like mentor Gilbert when he was with the Wizards, because they did have some success. They made it to the playoffs against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and LeBron and them made quick work of them, got them out of there. But I think that Gilbert Arenas, like I said, physically it was talented, but mentally I just don't think that Gilbert Arenas like he was like a leader for them. So that's why I would give the edge as far as like who was the best basketball player in my opinion. I would give it to Derrick Rose over Gilbert Arenas, right? And I think that in my opinion, and I want to know if you all disagree, I think Derrick Rose had a better professional career, than Gilbert Arenas. I think he had a better professional career. Like I said, as far as leadership, I thought it was Derrick Rose, and maturity, I thought it was Derrick Rose. Physically more talented, I thought it was Derrick Rose. Um, Gilbert could like I said, Gilbert could shoot. His 3-point shot, he could shoot the 3-pointer. But I just don't think like leadership wise, like if I had to choose, knowing what I know about each one of those ball players, Derrick Rose and Gilbert Arenas, like if I was choosing a team, I would definitely like 10 out of 10 times I'm going with Derrick Rose. And I don't know, like I said, the guy who posted this, I don't know what made him choose Gilbert Arenas over Derrick Rose, Agent Zero. Maybe this guy's from Arizona and he's kind of, partial to Gilbert Arenas. So that may be the reason why he picked Gilbert Arenas. But the more I think about this, I don't even think it's even close. Whereas though, like I said, Gilbert had a good run in DC when he was with the Wizards, and Derrick Rose had a good run when he was in Chicago with the Bulls. But to see, I just think that Derrick Rose had a better, a more successful career. Even when Derrick Rose got hurt, right, and he came back and he played for other teams, you could still see flashes of his brilliance in other teams. That's why, that's why Derrick Rose still, he played it. Derrick Rose played it once he left Chicago. He got hurt. He played in Chicago. I think he played in New York for a while. I know he played with the Grizzlies for a while. Who else did he play for? I think he played for at least 4 or 5. Derrick Rose played for 4 or 5 teams. And that is the reason why he was able to play for those different teams, is because that's a tribute to his attitude, his passion, and the fact that he wasn't like a somebody who just who was a malcontent on a team, or somebody who was, he just didn't bring any drama with him. I know he had a one or two maybe little one or two little, probably little missteps off the court, but other than that, it was no drama with him. Gilbert Arenas, once he got hurt, I think he did have a short stint with Orlando Magic. And so he didn't really stick really all that long with the Orlando Magic. Now I don't know if that was because of his injury, like the injury just basically just ended his career, or maybe people that, like the organization really didn't see like him as a long-term fit for their team, right? But I will always, in my opinion, I always would pick uh Derrick Rose over Gilbert Arenas. And not just on physical ability, like I said, but if you're looking for you're looking for leadership and somebody who is not bad for team chemistry, then you gotta go with Derrick Rose. So yeah, like I said, that's my take on it. Um, Make sure to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. I want to know, like, what do you think, or who do you think, is a better player? Who would you pick? Would you pick Derrick Rose, or would you pick Gilbert Arenas? So yeah, make sure to leave a comment, and I'll check you all out in the next episode. Peace.